Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring Srimad Bhagavad Gita, commentaries by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently on chapter 4, and in today's satsang, we are starting from shloka number 28. Lord Krishna continues. Dravya yagyastapo yagya yoga yagyasthatapare swadhyaya jnana yagyascha yatatah sanshita vritaha. So in the next few shlokas, Lord Krishna continues to talk about various kinds of yagyas. Yagyas meaning sacrifices. So here in this shloka, shloka number 28, God says, some perform sacrifice pertaining to material objects, dravya yagya. That means doing charity work, giving the money that they have for others, which is a beautiful yagya because it helps so many people in so many ways. Some perform the yagya of austerity, meaning um, doing sacrifices, living humbly, simply, or doing fasting, not eating, that kind of austerities. Some offer the yagya of swadhyaya, the study of scriptures. Everything is a sacrifice in different ways, shapes, and forms. And some do japa yagya, meaning repeating the divine name, and the yagya of knowledge, which is jnana yagya, which is what we are currently doing. Jnana yagya, transferring knowledge from the scriptures to others. Some are devoted to the yagya of yoga. They follow the 8 limbs of Raja Yoga, which are the Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, so asana. All these 8 steps of yoga, they literally follow those and lead a yogic life. That's a yagya. And some who can keep firm vows and they perform Mahabharata, the practice of great virtues in an unconditional manner. Like Bhishma said, I will not marry and I will not have the kingdom in the Mahabharata. That is called Mahavrata, meaning giving up, making big sacrifices. And once you make a resolve, then you stick to it no matter what. Like Lord Rama, he made the resolve that to honor his father's word, he will go to 14 years in the exile in the forest. And no, Bharata went and all kinds of people tried to pull him back, but he said no, this is the resolve. So that's in a different firm manner you take a resolve. That is what Lord is saying. We Everybody does sacrifices in different ways. Next shloka number 29. Apane juyati pranam prana apanam tatha pare प्राणपानगतिरुद्ध्वा pranayama Lord says, some offer prana, which is ingoing breath, into apana, outgoing breath. Others offer apana into prana, while others are engaged in the cessation of prana and apana by pranayama, restraint of breath. So basically, rechak, purak, kumbhak. So basically, when we breathe in, then we hold the breath and then we exhale. So Rechak, Purak, and Kumbhak. So they in and outgoing breaths is also a yagya. That's what God is trying to tell us. Uh, Even as simple a thing as acknowledging consciously, which is known as pranayama. So when we take in the breath, it's called Purak, hold it, Kumbhak, exhale it, Rechak. So this is what God is saying. When we consciously do it, it becomes a yagya. Otherwise, breath is coming in and going out anyway. But when you do it with the 1:4:2 ratio, or you start to consciously make yourself aware, it becomes a sacrifice of the body and the prana. Moving further, shloka number 30. Apare niyataharaha pranan प्राणेषु जुह्यति सर्वे अप्येते यज्ञविदो यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः. Some, having regulated their food, offer their pranas or organs of action into the pranas, the vital forces. All such yogis know the true meaning of sacrifice yajna and have burnt up their sins in the fire of sacrifice. So here God is saying, just like fire, in fire, whatever you put gets burnt up and annihilated and it becomes ashes. Much in the same way, all our bad karmas and good, all these karmas get totally annihilated when we do sacrifice, yajna, tapa. So all that is considered, God is confirming they are very important for our spiritual evolution. So no matter what kind of yajna we do, we are benefited. Then God moves on to Shloka 31. Yagya Shishtamrita Bhujo Yanti Brahma Sanatanam Nayam Loko Astyagyasya Kuto Anyaha Kuru Sattama. Only those who eat the nectarine remnant of sacrifice go to the eternal Brahman. Even this world cannot be secured by one who does not perform sacrifice. So, how could one who does not sacrifice hope for the world of Brahman, O best of Bharata, Arjuna? Best of the Kurus. So here God is saying very clearly that sacrifice, tapasya, penance, yajna, all these things that God is saying are required in this human embodiment. Without that, there is no liberation. Even to earn a simple living, we have to do so much sacrifices. Studying and going, burning midnight oil, or learning and adapting and adjusting, all that takes sacrifice just to earn a meager livelihood. Then God says, what to speak for liberation? How much more sacrifice should we be willing to do? And it's a beautiful reminder to all of us that our life is not lived by bread alone. We can't just eat food and live. We also have to take care of our um, rina, responsibilities, our obligations, the debts, etc. And this human body is a perfect tool. It's a precious tool that we have been given. So, shloka number 32, next shloka. Evam bahuvidha yagya vitata brahmano sukhe mukhe karmajan vidhi tan sarvan evam gyatva vimokshase. Thus, from the very mouth of Brahman, many such sacrifices have proceeded. Brahman, meaning that energy that has created this consciousness, this cosmos, this Prakriti, illusion, Maya, it also does sacrifices. Even the same energy asked Brahmaji, the creator, to do tapa. Tapa. That was the first word. Do penance, sacrifice. Through that came this the cosmos. So basically, God is saying, I created the Vedic knowledge. The Vedas came from Brahman, which is that all enveloping God. Know them all to be born of karma. Thus, knowing you will attain liberation. So he's saying karma is action. But how to do action? Convert it into inaction, as we have covered in the previous shlokas. And Vedas are the root instructions given by the divine to humanity and how to follow those. Therefore, they have been divided into four: Rig Ved, Samved, the Atharva Ved, and Yajurva Veda, which is full of wisdom. But the Upanishads are the cream of the Vedas for serious aspirants who are seeking enlightenment. And Bhagavad Gita is the extract of the Upanishads only, which is what we are studying now. Next shloka, shloka 33, God says, Shreyan dravyamaya yagdya जज्ञानज्ञः परन्तप सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते. The sacrifice of knowledge, O scorcher of foes, is better than the sacrifice of material objects, because all actions or sacrifices without exception terminate in knowledge. Therefore, in this beautiful shloka, God is saying that jnana yajna, the sacrifice of knowledge, is supremely profound because it fills um, the person who is lacking with wisdom. He gains this knowledge through which he can now sustain himself and walk on that path and get enlightened, and that one lit candle continues to light other unlit candles. So therefore that is much more profound than just feeding somebody, because they'll feel hungry again. You may give them one meal now, but tomorrow they'll be in the same predicament. But with knowledge you create light, the darkness is removed forever. And that is the significance and importance of this shloka, where God is guiding us that always be involved in jnana yajna, which is what satsang is. Satsang is coming together of spiritual souls for evolution. Moving on to shloka number 34. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastattvadarshinaha. So here this is a very deep, beautiful shloka. Learn this by humble prostrations. How should we get this knowledge? When the knowledge comes from the divine teachers, the gurus, the saints, the sages, they are giving us something with love and compassion, and exploring, taking out the nectar, the essence of the scriptures, and giving us that to us. So what we should do is we should accept it with humility by humbly prostrating to the guru, to the spiritual preceptor. Then ask questions with reverence, with love, not with ego, not with arrogance, as many people in this material world do, but to genuinely quench your thirst, and then to serve the Guru in whatever capacity you can, for gratitude, to express your wisdom that you have acquired through his years of knowledge. He is just giving it to you like torrential rainfall, and he is opening your closed eyes. Ignorance is being gradually dissolved into um, knowledge, wisdom, light. So that is the reason you serve the Guru and the self realized sages who are walking gods on earth. They are, this is not for the body part, this is basically they become divine instruments. God also loves devotees who are elevated and who are doing God's work. So sages and saints are such people who possess spiritual knowledge. They will instruct you in wisdom. So when you approach them with humility, love, compassion, and you serve them, and you uh, show your thirst for knowledge and do it with respect, then they will give you the wisdom which no university can give you, no educational degree can give you. It will give you expansion in your consciousness, tears in your eyes, love in your heart, and the growth for which the soul is parched. That is the role of a true guru. So, but we need to also be true disciples. So, when a true disciple meets a true guru, that is when um, beautiful things happen. The lit candle lights up and wisdom is generated. I hope you enjoyed this shloka and all these beautiful shlokas we are discussing, and we will continue from the next shloka, shloka number 35, in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.